Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the west spawn of Airfield and it's under the command of Gary Halliwell of FILO. Now this is considered by many to be the best Arty in the game, and there's differing opinions on that, but it does have a 155mm howitzer which can fire once every 15 seconds. In fact, Gary's got 16.08 seconds. You can get it as low as 15.18 seconds per shot, and although that may not sound a lot when it's compared to, say, a tier 10 tank with a 155mm gun, which will do 750 alpha, this one will do 550 alpha and can deliver that shell anywhere on the battlefield. And it's got a burst radius of 7 meters. The only difference is penetration's only 39mm on this shell. On the tier 10 armed with the 155, yes, they've got a lot more penetration. Okay, it's Gary Halliwell at the command, so I'm afraid, yes, he is going to be playing around with his camera as he usually does, and I may have to take control of the camera if he fires and then looks away. Yes, he's done it again. Okay, he's back on his aim. And we can see a Baguette Panther has managed to get a long way to the west into the cover of the rocks. We're looking at the FE201. He's loaded, rounds out, and he gets a hit. One of the really good things about the M44 is its ability to keep a sustained rate of fire on the enemy. It's one of the things that makes it so popular, is that by the moment you've fired and you've analysed your shot, you're almost ready to shoot another one, and that can make it a lot of fun. He's now aiming to hit one of those KV2s. He splashes one of them, picks up 134 hit points. I think he wants to take both of them actually. Almost ready to go. Unfortunately, the KV2 derps are OI, but he fires around in and gets the rear of that guy for 151. Oh, a lot of tanks died very suddenly there. Well, a lot of tanks, actually. It was only the OI. He pulled forward than the other KV2. In fact, actually, it wasn't the KV2, it was an S51 who got him, which tends to make me think I know where the enemy S51 is located. He's probably down in the south. Arty's down in the south have a very good line of fire on heavies in that corridor. Well, one of the KV2s just fired. Gary Halliwell fires one in, hits the other KV2 and stuns both of them. This is why it can be so deadly to enemy tanks. Having a KV2, having an M44 firing into the corridor, hitting them, stunning them, and then your team go in afterwards and finish them off. That AMD, that Mario Kart, is going to get smacked by one of Gary's shells. If he stays where he did, he didn't. And the shell fell short anyway. Okay, up near Temple Mount, we've got that Oni. We're almost loaded. Probably get a shot into him. Rounds out. Oh, right up his posterior. That guy was given an unwarranted or unwanted enema. Okay, AMD, if he stays there, is going to get hit. And he is. 222 though, it's not enough to kill him. Right, who's next? There's an AMX 12 ton, but he's gone into cover. Oh, we can definitely hit that Nashorn. Okay, lining up the shot. Rounds out. Let's see, does he do it? Yes, he does, and a big hit. 464 is a penetrating shot. It was a low roll penetrator, but it was a penetrating round. And there goes the Nashorn. Now, surprisingly, the scores are even at the moment. That AMD is going cliff diving. And he's been splash damaged by Gary. But he did survive the drop. Barely. Can Gary finish him off with the next round? I hope so. Work out where he's going. That's it. Rounds out. Oh. Small amount of splash. He's going to have another go. going to try and fire into that corner just in case he's there. No, it hits the rock face. Instead, he's going for the AMX 12 ton now. Somewhere in those bushes, I think. He's probably still there. Yes, he just knocked the tree over, so we know he's there. Rounds out. See, the enemy Arty's just struck our SU-100M1. Rounds out. Oh, he got him! And he killed him! The notification came up before we saw the wreck, but he must have hit him square on. And the AMX 12 tons coming back to that corner again. There he is. Line him up, work out where he's going. Fires the round in. Unfortunately, the AMX pulls back before he can get struck. Scores are still even. They're indicating that we should shoot D9, which is where their tank destroyer is, the IKV. From the indication of where he was last on the map, I think he's actually on that area just over to the edge. I'm going to go back to that spot there. He's around about that spot there on the back slope. Gary's now looking in that direction again. No, he's changed his mind again. There's another target coming in, it's an Achilles. He fires a quick snapshot and pulling back to see what happened to the shell. The Achilles has been hit more than once. I think our other Arties, the GW and the S51, both looked in that direction. Gary's trying to shoot at the Achilles, and this time round he tracks him. He fires into his rear. 235, nice shot. And one of the enemy Arties has been spotted, the FV304, the Burt. But he's staying with the Achilles for the moment. Rounds out. 185. Potentially he's got the high caliber. He's got enough of the high caliber, but he just needs to keep up the damage rates to ensure that he scores more damage than anyone else on his team. Fires a round in, looks away again, and unfortunately I have to keep pulling back after he shoots. There's a wreck moving in the top left-hand corner. Now, wrecks don't move of their own accord, so somebody is pushing it around that corner, and it must be the AMX 12 ton. There's the GW Panther. Work out where he's going. He fires the round in, and it lands near him, but not on him. Okay, there's the AMX 12 ton. He's obviously abandoned the wreck that he was pushing. He's now trying to stop the Jackson from taking out his Arty. And he did so successfully. And he fires a round in and then pulls away again, not wanting to see the carnage that he's wreaking on the enemy. Don't be a pussy. Okay, we lost track of that Achilles. You know that Gary's now got 2.5k of damage already on the enemy. That's what's been recorded, let alone the shots where he's fired blind. He's firing on that AMX 12 ton. Narrowly misses him. That 12 ton is going to be an important player, I think. Seems to know what he's doing. He's spotting for his Arties. And there's the Achilles coming to view, and the IKV moving up rather rapidly. He fires a round in, trying to get the IKV, but he stops behind the rock, and so unfortunately he misses out on the kill there. But our S51 doesn't miss the Achilles. And now Gary is looking for... Oh, he's looking for a Jagdpanther. Rounds out on him, pulls away again. We don't get to see... Yes, we do. Near miss. Looks like he wants to put another round into that corner. Rounds out. Stays with it this time. Good. And he gets the direct hit. That's one of the important things with staying with the shot. you get to know that you did definitely hit the target. A blind hit. Go for it again. He's probably still there. No, he's obviously moved now because that shell hit the ground. Hopefully the SU-100M1... Oh, he's just found one of the other enemy Artys. Rounds out in that corner again. I think he thinks the Jagd Panther's still there. No, he's not. Well, the enemy GW Panther just got killed by the SU-100M1. And now Gary's on the move using the P in the SPG for propelled. And he's propelling himself towards the enemy cap. There's only one enemy left. It's that Jagd Panther, and he's suddenly come into sight. Let's have a look and see. He's about to fire at him. He's missing most of his hit points already. And unfortunately, he's in the lee of that rock. He's in defilade. We can't hit him. So Gary's going to have to move. There's very few places that he can move except by getting extremely close to the enemy. The best place for him to be will be at the enemy cap now. Because once he's behind that rock, it's very difficult to kill him. The GW is probably waiting for the SU-100M1 to show him where the target is. And the S-51, I think, doing the same. But Gary's in a position where he can't get shots. Is he going to stop and fire? He's going to have a go. Come on, Gary. Oh, and the kill shot goes to the SU-100M1. And that ends the game. So 2,531 hit points of damage showing. This is going to be a high scoring game, I have a sense. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Gary Halliwell in the M44. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18 in that one. He also got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, the High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. You can see that there. And his win rate from the battle was 6,597, which is very high indeed. And I think I can see how much damage he really has done. It's showing here 3,024. Let's have a look and see what it says on team score. Yes, it was 3,024 hit points of damage. And he says that's the most damage I have ever done in a game. Yes, well, I wouldn't be surprised. You can do that sort of damage in an M44 if you've got a very fast fire rate. And he, the next highest scorer was the IKB-65-2 on the enemy team with 2,419, and then the SU-100M1, who had the last shot of the game with 2,187. He picked up a Spartan during that game, and nobody else managed to get any medals. When it came to kills, it was the S51 on the enemy team did the best. He got 4 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the SU-100M1, and then 2 kills went to Gary, the ARL-V39, the M445, and the IKB-65-2 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was Gary. Yes, it's not just the actual damage that he actually did, it's the stun assist that he did as well, if you add that on top. That's why his XP is so high. 1,223, the only player over 1,000 base. 867 went to the 40 TP, 790 went to the SU-100M1. He fired 30 shots in that game, got 10 direct hits, 2 penetrations, and 18 splash. I'm pretty sure that one of those penetrations was the Nashorn. Yes, he did penetrate the Nashorn. Now, who else did he actually penetrate? Was it the Achilles? No. Was it the FV201? No. Jagd Panther? No. AMD? It was the AMD. When he struck the AMD with one of his rounds, he did a lot of damage to him. So yes, that was a penetrating shot as well. So 18 splash, damage of 3,024 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 326 hit points of damage assistance, and 991 hit points of stun assist of 17 stuns. It really does add up and boost your XP in a battle. So the more stun assist you do, the more enemies that you hit inside of your teammates, the more credits you're going to earn. And if you encourage your teammates to shoot at the target by keep indicating that target with the arrows, the down arrows, using your T key to encourage them to shoot at it, then you'll pick up a lot more stun assist. On a premium count, he earned 60,131 credits from the game, and after a resupply of ammunition, took away 44,981 credits. He picked up 5 bonds for the battle, and 1,834 XP, 7,340 for mission completion, and 9,174 altogether. So a very good game, that last one. I'm afraid I did have to keep taking control of the camera to bring us back or drag us back so we could see what the shell was actually doing. Gary's got this annoying habit of looking away after he fires, and I have the feeling it's because he's a bit of a tank driver, not an arty player, and when he does fire at the enemy, he sort of has some aversion to seeing a tank damaged in any way. It's almost as if he's guilty that he's actually done it. Arty players don't feel guilty at all. They're just the enemy. You've got to kill them. So just look and see what you do with your shell, and then obviously you can work out what you need to do with your next shell, especially if you get a blind hit on the enemy. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.